James.
There's two other topics today. One.
First, I want you to blaze through this next topic.
I can't even describe. All right, so yeah, leagues.
You're just not even gonna try.
Yeah, leagues of 4.20, aka the 420 patch came out. You should go read the patch notes.
It's very good.
They're excellent.
Tremendous patch notes.
Tremendous patch notes.
Really high caliber.
That joke was dubious.
I just bowled you guys over.
That was an audio joke.
So I'm getting tired of this.
It's a joint effort, guys.
God, we are children. James, proceed. You deserve that.
No, I'm not. This is bad.
Hit us.
Was that harsh?
That was pretty harsh. Yeah, it's burning. Really.
So this patch is actually really, really large. So this is their preseason. We talked about they're experimenting right now. So they implemented some new Summoner's Rift last week. I think it is now entirely through every single mode. You're just giving me smiles.
I'm just waiting for it, man.
There is no more jokes.
I'm not even listening to what you're saying. I'm just like, when is it coming?
So they implemented the new Summoner's Rift style. It's like gorgeous, and
it runs better than the previous one.
I'm getting
weird to me.
Like my PC is okay, but it's running like at a much higher frame rate than it was before.
I'm sure it's got to be like they figured the engine out in a better way. Like
or they just reduced
optimizing performance and all these things.
So I think they've talked about this in some dev interviews, and I talked to our friend Anthony, ign-arena about they're just rendering less sides of things. They're not rendering as much geometry. And so that just helps with performance a little bit.
Awesome.
There's I think painted stuff or the way that it works. Like he described, I can't exactly say how it works, but it runs better.
Magic.
Yep. Like most things.
Various sorceries.
Yeah.
So yeah, this includes the new smite mechanics we talked about last week.
I didn't even check those out.
Yeah, so it's like the ganking.
Oh, this is the jungle stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's partially jungle stuff, and then there's also
last week. He says we recorded last week.
God, yeah, it's like a month ago.
Oh,
I apologize.
Sorry, Leah.
Yeah, it's the busy time of the year at IGN.
Yeah.
So we talked about the jungle changes, so I won't go over those again. Stats per level have changed.
Okay.
So they're basically changing the amount of stats. So I think you get less stats. Reading it, yeah. You get less stats earlier on, and then it increases as the levels go up. You'll get more and more stats.
Huh. Okay. So this is very much like you're still kind of garbage in the early game and building up way more toward very powerful late game heroes.
Yeah, because before I'm reading it here. I have patch notes right here. It's stats gained are no longer linear, so it's not the same stats gain across the entire game. It is now a arc up.
Huh. Okay.
So level 1 gain 0% of your growth statistics. All your base stats will be calculated off of this. Level 2 gains 72% of your growth statistics, and so I think each character has their own growth statistics.
So it's more gradual than it is rapid.
Yeah, and then by the end of the game, you're all just monsters.
Excellent.
Your stats are all really high.
Yes. Yeah, and so the joke.
God, James just got that. He just caught up.
Looking at me like he kind of hated me for it.
And then so at level 18th, you will have gained 17,000% of your growth statistics. So
wow.
And then this is slightly higher, so everyone will have slightly more.
Slightly what? Just throwing him off left and right.
Man, I love it.
They changed the mana regen on a lot of champions. I think people got more. And then they just list off a bunch of people who went from base 6 and then have a base mana regen of 6, and then they added a slightly more to 0.8 to a lot of those champs.
Okay.
Callista is out.
Okay. That was my. I'm like, all this is very small stuff. What's the deal with Callista?
Yeah, Callista's out.
Okay.
She looks interesting. Obviously I want to play her before I make any decisions. But
Yeah.
Have you seen the wombo combos?
No.
So we talked about a couple that But we didn't actually. There's a lot of things that people didn't know that you can throw channeled abilities. So think Fiddlestick's ult. Think Galio's ult.
Oh.
I think there's one other crazy.
So they can pop it and then you can throw them.
Yeah, I think people were running some tests to see exactly like when you needed to pick them up.
Tiny can't do that, right? That will interrupt the channel in Dota. Like as a Sand King, if I start channeling and he throws me,
I think you can. I think it's after the channel you can throw him.
Yeah, but if he does it during the channel, it'll interrupt.
I think you'll think you will.
Wow.
The channel.
Okay, that's huge.
So I think this is what I remember reading this morning. Again, this is I haven't seen footage of it, but again, this is all testing stages. Things may change because it is pre-season. So
yeah, getting a Fiddlesticks thrown at you would suck.
Yeah.
It's like again, but then remember you can only bind one person per match. So like if you're
so it has to you can't just throw anybody.
You can't throw anyone. We talked about you have to get the this item and they're sold.
I just totally forgotten. Interesting.
If the camera is picking up the audio, why are we speaking into the mics?
No, it's going.
It's coming through the mics into the camera.
It goes out to the board.
That's why that mic
Sorry,
cable's
completely derailed it. But yeah, Callista looks awesome. And as before we got in here, I checked out that trailer they played, which was pretty.
It's really cool. Very pretty. Cool. Surprise, right? Made a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're slightly tweaking a lot of characters. Scions, Sona, Gnar, Rammus got some patch notes, which is great.
My man.
He got slightly nerfed, but I think again, this is all. Hey, we're testing things out because we feel he would have been too strong with the new items.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is the new texture rebalances. Because of the new map, people were looking out of place. Amumu, Caitlyn, Ezreal, Fizz, Gragas, Jax, Kog'Maw, just like the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
People who got changed.
Maokai?
Oh, Maokai, yeah.
Yeah, Maokai got a huge update.
He got a new rig, a new animation rig, so he has a new little swagger walk.
Yeah, he
great.
Waddles. That's pretty awesome.
Fountain regeneration, death timers. Again, I would recommend. We're not going to go through everything.
No,
there's honestly way too much. And again, these things are all subject to change.
And they all came out this morning.
Yeah, they all came out this morning.
Why don't you have it memorized?
James. Get it together.
Look, I was dealing with my SoCal. It's server stuff. It was super fun this morning.
I don't want your excuses.
Yeah. There's new dragon rewards. Every time you kill the dragon, you get a stacking bonus.
To what?
To gold?
Gold?
No, it's gold plus. I mean, for one stack, it's plus 8% total attack damage and ability power. Second stack is
8%.
8%.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there's.
So wait, does this stack every time you kill him?
Yeah, every time.
Holy Christ.
Yeah. So that's okay. Dragon fights are going to be nuts.
Really crucial. Too.
Now he's like as valuable as Baron. As opposed to like this secondary.
And later in the game, even more so.
Big time.
Yeah, so
level 20 heroes hitting that dude for 8%.
I'll give it to Baron in a second, but second stack is 15% damage.
Do you want some water?
Man, yeah, please. I'm dying.
Please stop dying on this show.
Third stack is 5% movement speed. Fourth stack is 15% damage to turrets.
I waterfalled it.
That's all right.
To turrets and buildings, and then the last one, which is at 5 stacks, is repeatable. Is doubles all other bonuses, and your attacks burn enemies for 150 true damage over 5 seconds. And that lasts for 180 seconds. So basically, at a certain point in the game, you want to keep killing. It's like you can choose between.
For 3 minutes, you get this big bonus.
And say like, oh man, we know that they're gonna get Baron, but Dragon's up, and but you got some early dragons.
That's like now a worthwhile trade.
You should definitely still go for Dragon because it's no longer just gold. It's hey, we can get extra damage.
And it stacks? Is there a limit to the stack on it?
At 5 stacks, it becomes repeatable. So it's that 5th stack is just you do that over and over and over.
The odds of taking more than 5 dragons in one game is pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I think like now, like
especially in a pub game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these like for the pro stuff, I'm going to be really interested. Because the timing. I mean, timings won't change all that much, but it will become a lot more like. Your top laner's teleport skill will become like they absolutely need to be there to secure that dragon.
When does season 5 start? Do we know?
They have to do expansion because they're adding 2 new teams. I think they're expanding LCS of a number of teams per region.
Okay.
So that is coming up soon. I don't know the exact dates, but then I think it'll be a couple months.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there. I'm going to the IEM, the Intel. Extreme
in San Jose?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Got tickets.
That's some Dota stuff going on
there. I got
thought it was just League of
invited,
StarCraft.
but I don't know if I can make it. When is it?
December 5th and 6th.
5th and 6th. Oh, that's PlayStation Experience weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Womp womp.
I can't go as well.
Is
I
that
can't
that's
do
being
it.
streamed, right?
I think so.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
I would assume so.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
There's a bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to go through it because some of the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, check out the patch notes. We'll put a link to it in the story for the podcast. If you check IGN Arena, IGN for this episode of IGN Arena, we'll have it all there, and you can check out like the full detailed patch notes.
yeah, there's some cool stuff. I'm very, very excited.
Excellent.